Hey, welcome back to the channel. So today another progress on the Olds. So the 83 Hurst Olds got a lot done. So as you can see, empty engine bay. So engine is out, tranny is out. Tranny I dropped off at Janus Transmission, so he's going to rebuild the 200 R4. So we're just going to kind of clean this up and, you know, best we can and stuff like that. He didn't want to go like a full restore on the engine compartment, so we're just going to clean it up the best we can, you know, make it look nice and neat. Here is the old motor and the old rear end. So as you can see, that's the old 307, and it's an old tired motor. Not very much horsepower, like I said, 180. So now we are swapping it for this bad boy. This is that 403 Olds that Bruce from Engine Factory built. Now that it's uncrated, this thing is absolutely pristine. I'm in love. So as you can see how nice and neat it is. Olds gold engine block, Edelbrock aluminum heads, black aluminum valve covers. It'll be running on HEI like it did back then, but it's already tuned and converted for the Sniper, which is nice. Full CVF front accessory drive system. I love their product. It's beautiful stuff. I've used it on 3 or 4 other cars. Really nice looking. As you can see, the detail on this is just amazing. Everything is labeled. He's got lift hooks for installing the motor, mini torque starter, you know, bolted to the pallet. For shipping, nothing was messed up on it. Everything was good. So they got the new motor mounts. We just have to put those on it once we unbolt it. And then I'll get that prepped on the cherry picker. Get it over there after we do the engine compartment, little cleanup. And then we can set it in there and then wait, you know, probably 1.5 to 2 weeks, get the tranny back. So that's kind of where we're at. And then over here, we got a new set of Hedman headers that are supposed to be for the 403 for the Cutlass G-body. I still have to pull the fuel tank so I can put in the Holley Sniper in-tank fuel pump unit. And I've done these, you know, swaps before. They're not bad. I did one in the Camaro, and it wasn't bad at all. It's kind of, you know, it's pretty much self-explanatory when you drop it in, and goes mounts in just like a stock sending unit would. And then you just have to wire it up. Positive, negative with the battery, ground in the rear. So then you're good to go. So this is Hooker Blackheart, full 2.5-inch exhaust. That'll go from the headers back. Griffin aluminum radiator with dual fans. They'll be on auto. Temp sensor, you know, we'll run that in the intake manifold, so it'll kick on and off with the certain degree of thermostat. But that's kind of the progress on the Hurst Olds. Everything's rear end was in. I let it run on the jack stands. Just kind of break all the oil and break everything in. Make sure, you know, brakes are all bled. Make sure there's no whining and squeaking and stuff like that. Just kind of get it lubed and transfer the oil through the rear end, stuff like that. We still might have to, you know, cap it off fill wise, but other than that, it is moving right along. So here in a couple of weeks, might have this bad boy back together and just finishing up some wiring and plumbing, and hopefully can get her running and get it some road time tune, and then we should be good to go, because everything else on the car is pretty much, you know, broken except the rear end. The tranny, I'll have to have a break in, and the rear end a little break in. But once we do that, then I'll be ready to go back to the client. And then we got the Mustang. So this thing is back from PPF and it is absolutely gorgeous. So this, the Brian from Be Precise Detail, he's here local to me, he's a friend of mine, owns his own shop. So he PPF'd the whole front end. So we have the entire hood, the entire fenders, all the way back to the windshield. And then all along the rockers, all the way back, and then it wraps around on the rear valance. So that way, no rock chips, everything should be good to go. Client should be able to drive this car wherever, not, you know, fear of getting chipped and stuff like that. So we take a last look. So this is the beautiful 302. This car runs amazing. I've driven it around just a little bit and kind of done the first brake seat. Just got the brand new glass. So we have brand new front windshield. That's on the stand. I'm going to get that prepped, ready to go in. And then we have brand new back glass. So I'll get that prepped. Got to put the weather stripping around it with the rope in it, because these style, once you put them in, you kind of start pulling this rope and the rubber gasket kind of sandwiches this around the window opening. So just kind of one on the inside, one on the outside, kind of push on it as you're pulling the rope, and then it helps seat that gasket. So once we get that, road time it is. Can start driving it. Just have a couple things buttoned up. Once that goes in, the A-pillars get screwed. Final screw, they're already in, but just final screwed in, and then the dash bed goes in. That way you have the final center AC dash hookup and the center speaker hookup. And then kind of tweak and tune the stereo. But other than that, she is almost ready to rock and roll to the client. So that's kind of the summary of in the DDRM garage right now. So here we go. So I'll get busy and I'll see you on the next.